2-1. Back in Philadelphia, the Democratic National Convention, along with Congressman Mike Khanna, representing Silicon Valley. Congressman, the DNC's been in a bit of a turmoil this week with the resignation of Debbie Wasserman Schultz. How does this bode for the rest of the general election for Democrats in general and for Hillary Clinton up against Donald Trump?
Well, I don't think it's going to affect the outcome of between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. The kind of controversy, I think, over time, we'll get more and more details and find out what it's really about. I think that not the entire story's been told.
Do you feel as if the Bernie Sanders supporters, many of whom were outspoken this morning at a California delegation breakfast, Bernie Sanders had a speech this afternoon, and they were very outspoken about feeling left out of the process. Do you think some of their outcry has been heard by the DNC and the Democrats in general will start to espouse more of Sanders' policies?
Well, I think 75% of Bernie's platform has been put into the Democratic platform. So I think that he has a great impact on the platform for the Democratic Party. And I think that him giving the speech tonight is a gesture that I don't remember anybody else ever having in the past. Because in the last election, we had the second person come in and give a speech and bring the people together, and this is another opportunity that Hillary will extend to Bernie, to give that opportunity to Bernie to bring the party together, and I think that's what's going to happen.
Well, speaking of competitive elections, you have a battle in your hands once again in Silicon Valley. You and Ro Khanna were neck and neck in the primary. Ro Khanna claiming victory in the primary. What do you make of this campaign? Is this an aberration? Are you concerned about that outcome? And how are you going to fight back here in November?
Well, there's two things. Number one, you don't declare victory in a primary that we have. The top two vote getters go on. I didn't say that I won when I beat him by 20 points last time, and I think it's the same thing. We move forward to the general. This time he spent over close to $700,000 in a primary. I wanted to save my money, hang on to it, so that I have resources in the general to beat him.
What about Khanna's messaging has helped him, though, pull closer to you? Certainly from 20 points to being neck and neck this time out, he certainly has made up a lot of ground on you. What can you do to stem the tide?
Well, just send the story out to the voters. I mean, for the last 3 years, he spent millions of dollars to close that gap. So if we took a calculator trying to figure out how much money he spent per vote, that's a lot of money to spend on a campaign. But in the end, we'll win.
We're seeing this shift, though, between progressives and more moderate Democrats. You've always been considered a progressive. What do you make of the Democratic Party today, and where is it going in the future?
Well, I think that you're going to see more progressive movements. I think that that's why Bernie has really picked up a lot of steam during his campaign, and that's why I think Bernie can be very confident that the progressive values that he has is reflected in the Democratic platform. And I think that Hillary, they consider her a moderate, but I think deep down inside, when she has her own ways, her votes and her position will be very progressive.
And are you concerned about turnout? I mean, young people in large droves voted for Bernie Sanders. I mean, turnout, I think, matters on both sides of the aisle, but certainly if you don't coalesce the Sanders supporters, Clinton may not win in the general, and that could affect Democrats up and down the line.
Sure, and I think that was the concern when Obama won the first time. They were worried about Hillary's folks, and before that it was Howard Dean's people. But Democrats understand that we're Ohana. That's Hawaiian for family, and the Democratic family will step out and forward and be a good reflection of the values that we represent. We certainly understand there's no choice except the Democrats when you look at people like Trump.
Congressman Mike Khanna from Silicon Valley, thank you for your time.
Thank you.